This summer, the weather has been excellent for testing and riding the Exway X1 Pro. The X1 Pro is not another budget electric skateboard, but it's an absolute powerhouse at a price point of $1,000. The X1 has dual 1200 watt hub motors, a 193 watt hour 12S battery system, 4 amp quick charge capable, and an option to switch to a gear drive system. All this in a 19mm thick deck. Upon arrival, it came in a big foam box with many accessories and wristbands. I charged the board with its unique MagSafe-like charger, then proceeded to connect the board to my phone, and I was prompted to update the firmware to the latest version. Over-the-air updates are a rare to non-existent feature, so I admire Exway's ingenuity for being the first. The ESC is made by Hobbywing specifically for Exway and has an Android and iOS app that allows you to control the ride modes, acceleration curve, and braking curve, and turn on additional features like cruise control and free mode. You can also see live information like an odometer, a carbon reduce meter, the ESC temperature, the ESC voltage, and the motor temperature. Free mode can be turned on and it allows the wheels to spin backwards when you pull the trigger back, giving you a similar experience to the boosted board control system. I turn this off because you'll lose braking once your battery drops below 6%, whereas when it's off, braking will still work down to 0%. This ESC is arguably one of the smoothest ESCs in terms of braking smoothness, emergency braking ability, and acceleration from standstill. I can confidently say that it is more advanced in terms of technology and smoothness than any of the current offerings on the market. And I've tried boards such as the Boosted Stealth, the Onboard W2, the Meepo V3, and the brand new Evolve GTR. Exway uses seismic Aeon trucks with an 89A bushing, and the wheels are in-house Exway-made 85mm wheels at a 78A diameter. This combination provides a nimble yet stable ride at high speeds. Carving on these trucks feel excellent, but there are some downsides. You're stuck using seismic's bushings because they are made in a special triangle shape, not a typical barrel or cone, and I do experience some wheel bite when turning sharply, but that can probably be overcome by using harder bushings. The Bluetooth remote has an LCD screen that displays the amount of battery on both the board and the remote, what your current speed is, and the ride mode you're in. It's great to have when you're riding to give yourself a peace of mind about how much battery you have remaining. The remote battery has an on time of about 4 hours of continuous riding. I would have liked a brighter screen and more information to be displayed on the remote. The deck is stiff with no flex whatsoever because all the electronics and batteries are housed inside. I personally prefer this over flexible decks because it provides increased stability at higher speeds. What Exway has done to reduce some of the vibrations is use a 3mm foam grip tape that supposedly absorbs the smaller shocks you feel on the road. The deck also has a concave shape that really allows your feet to stay glued to the deck when making tight turns. I get on average 16 kilometers of range with the V1 hub motor setup in the 4th speed mode with turbo enabled. The longest I managed to stretch the range was 25 kilometers on a flat bike trail on a hot day. That is, in a perfect world you would get that sort of range. For how sleek the board is, it is really amazing how much battery Exway has packed inside. Exway has decided to use 12 flat packed lithium polymer cells, giving it its thin profile. Exway is clever for using a 12S battery as opposed to its competitors on 10S. 12S makes the motors more efficient than 10S because less amperage is drawn for the equivalent performance. When less amperage is drawn, it makes the electronic components cooler, therefore resulting in less efficiency loss to heat generation. Turbo mode does not give you an extra boost in power, but rather it removes the speed bottleneck of mode 4. Fellow riders have expressed that the battery sag is really apparent on their board, but I can't say the same. It may be because of my weight. I experience battery sag when the battery is below 20%, but if you have this problem, update your Exway firmware via the app. Exway has made changes for the bottleneck to be at a lower percent. The charger that comes with the board is a 1.5 amp charger that charges your board in 2 hours and 45 minutes. But an optional fast charger can be purchased and it charges at 4 amps. That's almost 2.7 times faster than the stock charger, and it will only charge it in 70 minutes. I would not use this charger daily unless you're in a hurry because it will degrade your battery's life cycle faster. The Riot kit is not for everyone, so please do your research before you buy one. If you buy a Riot kit, you will see a reduction in range because all belt-driven systems are less efficient than hub motor setups. On a hub motor setup, the gearing ratio is 1:1, meaning 1 spin of the motor is 1 spin of the wheel. But on a belt-driven kit, there's the additional friction from the motors, the belts, and the gearing. But with the gearing, it adds 40% more torque, added comfort, and added grip. The added comfort is from the extra urethane between the truck axle and the ground, making bumps smoother smoother and will reduce the amount of bounce you feel when going over rocks and such. In conclusion, if you're in the market for a sub $1,000 board, the Exway X1 Pro is an excellent choice. It's made by an excellent team of engineers and downhill riders who are trying to offer the capabilities and quality of a high-end board at a lower cost. If you would like to pick one up, please check out the link below. This skateboard was provided to me by Exway Canada as I represent them as a brand ambassador in BC. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. My next video is going to be about the e-bike I built or the brand new Exway Flex.